there, I'm Kim Wood, and I found the most interesting Southern slang by Reese Witherspoon, one of my favorite actresses in the world. And by the way, Ellen, sorry, but you're not the only one who gets to start out with cool music. But, so I found that there was a difference between maybe Carolina Southern slang, and I grew up in Winston-Salem, have lived in Charlotte for 30 years, now live and own a boutique, Mrs. Brumble's in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, and it's just come to my attention, and being in Florida a little bit for the winter, how different my accent is. But I found it interesting that Reese had a couple of things that we have different meanings for between Tennessee and the Carolina slang. So one was fit to be tied. The fit to be tied that she described, for us Carolina girls, it means watch out, we are pissed. Synonym being conniption, which was what she talked about before. And I'm not nearly as fancy, but you know, we use our resources, right? So a couple other things was tore slap up. So Reese, tore slap up here means you're drunk as shit. I mean, somebody, if he got tore slap up, he was drunk as shit. So that's that. Another one, was piddling or piddling, like you said. Great. Yeah, I mean, we use that. We've heard our grandmothers use it, you know. We use it. For us in the Carolinas, it means piddling is doing a whole lot of nothing. It's just piddling around, doing, like I said, a whole lot of nothing, wasting your time. Basically, as my daddy used to say, wondering what to do. So you're just piddling, you're just wasting time. So a few other things that between being raised from Fancy Gap, Virginia, or having roots from Fancy Gap, Virginia, to Mount Airy, aka Mayberry, to Winston-Salem, now Blowing Rock, and Charlotte mostly. We hear somebody, if they hear something and somebody is telling them something they are just cowered back by, they cannot believe it, they will say, "Are you kidding? Well, deliver me." So the "are you kidding" probably is just unassumed. So, well, deliver me, that she thinks that. That could be, you know, kind of a catty little southern thing. Uglier than a mud fence speaks for itself. That just something is just downright ugly. It could be decorations in your home. It could be a shirt that a man has on. It doesn't necessarily have to mean pertaining to a woman. Just kind of something funny I thought my grandmother had, you know. Bigger than a skinned elephant. Again, speaks for itself. That just means really, really obese, overweight. Could be a dog. It could be a person. It could be you know, whatever. So, hope that helps if you ever hear that one. Too big for your britches. I know we've heard this. I know you have too, Reese. Too big for your britches. I can't read my writing, but it just means you are way ahead of yourself. You are just, you've got a big head. You just think way highly of yourself. And your mother would say, "I'm going to bring you down a few notches too." And that means we're on the level playing ground now. So anyway, this one I find to be so funny. Any count. So any count would pertain to, would be used in a sentence like, "So, is your food any count?" Is your hot chicken any count, Reese? And Reese, you know exactly what you're going to say to that because you love that fried chicken. Uh, of course, yes. It's awesome. It's good. It just means, is it any good? And it usually pertains to food. It's just, is it any good? It's in your case, your favorite place. I'm sure it's always awesome. Um, the last one I'm going to give you a little hint on is ain't struck a lick. And it's usually pertaining to a female. Usually. Definitely a catty term for that another woman would use. And it means simply that she ain't struck a lick. It means she's never worked a day in her life. It's another synonym, she's never lifted a finger, which means she's never worked a day in her life. In her life, and basically, i.e., trophy wife. So we don't know anything about that, though, do we, Reese? Because we've worked our asses off. And by the way, I think that you should wear your Emmys around your neck. I thought that was awesome. Thanks so much for listening. And Reese, just a shout out to you, girl. Southerner to Southerner. Love ya.